Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being, well, properly informed. Today, we're really cutting straight to the chase.
Hmm.
We're looking at something super practical for hotels,
Hmm.
how a simple tool, QR codes, is actually delivering real improvements. For guests, yes, but also, for the bottom line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you're like us, you want the real deal, right? Not just the buzzwords. So our mission today is figuring out the actual results hotels are getting. We want to look at guest satisfaction first because, well, happy guests usually mean happy balance sheets, don't they?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And we're going to zoom in on what FreeGuides is doing here. They've built this whole guest engagement platform around, believe it or not, a single QR code.
One code.
One code. And it's designed to tackle those everyday hotel challenges,
Yeah.
and genuinely make the guest journey smoother. We're talking easy access to digital hotel info, self-guided tours around the area,
Yeah, okay.
local recommendations, even ways to book activities directly. It's all in one place.
What really stood out to me were the numbers, the actual impact. Since June 2024, they've helped, what, over 91,000 guests?
Yep, over 91,000.
And saved hotel staff 40,600 minutes. That's not just theory, that's real efficiency.
It's huge. It shows it's working in practice, helping real travelers have a better, smoother stay.
Okay, so if a hotel wants to get this kind of impact, where should they focus? Where's the biggest, bang for their buck with these QR codes?
Right. It really, really boils down to smart placement. It sounds almost too simple, but where you put these QR codes makes a massive difference in whether guests actually use them.
How big a difference are we talking?
Well, the data we're seeing shows anywhere from an 800 to like an 1,100% increase in engagement just by having the QR codes inside the guest rooms.
Wait, 800, did you say 1,100%?
1,100%, yeah, compared to only having them down at reception.
Wow, okay, that kind of number forces you to rethink things completely. So those lobby posters or the little flyers at the front desk, they're not really the main driver then.
They can help, definitely. Sort of a secondary reminder. But the real action, the main engagement, happens in the room.
Right.
Think about it. Guests spend a lot of time there, right? When they're not out exploring. So putting QR codes in really obvious, easy-to-reach spots is key.
Like where specifically?
Okay, so light switches are great. Often the first thing a guest touches when they walk in.
Makes sense.
Bedside tables, too.
Okay.
Super convenient right there when they're relaxing or waking up.
Yeah, easy to grab your phone and scan. What about like the TV when you first switch it on?
Perfect spot. The TV loading screen, or maybe even a small persistent icon. It catches their eye right when they're settling in, figuring things out.
Uh-huh.
We've seen hotels do this really well, using their branded TV welcome screens to highlight the QR code. Sheraton Hyde Park, for example, does a great job with that.
Okay. Any other spots, maybe less obvious ones?
Yeah, bathroom mirrors can work surprisingly well. Guests often have a moment there. And even if a hotel still uses those physical compendium folders.
Right, the binders.
Exactly. Putting a QR code sticker inside there kind of bridges the gap to the dynamic digital info.
So the big message is, get it in the room. What about reception concierge? Just forget them.
Totally forget them. They're a good backup.
Oh, yeah.
Secondary exposure,
Yeah.
For guests who might miss the in-room ones or actively asking for help and actually giving out little printed cards like business cards or postcards with the QR code when guests check in, slipping those into the key wallets is another good touch point.
A little reminder as they head up.
Exactly. But the data is super clear.
Yeah.
In-room placement drives way more usage.
It just makes intuitive sense, doesn't it? You're in your own space, you can browse whenever. Why do you think it's so much more effective? Just visibility.
Visibility is definitely huge.
Yeah.
But it's also about ease and comfort. Guests can explore everything at their own pace. No pressure, no feeling like they're holding up a queue at a busy reception desk.
Yeah, good point.
They can check out restaurant options or look at a walking tour while they're lounging, on their own terms.
So if hotels aren't putting them in rooms, what's the typical mistake they're making?
The classic one is relying only on reception. Or maybe putting some signs in the elevators.
Right.
They're just missing that prime time, that prime real estate, when guests have downtime and are actually receptive to finding out more about the hotel in the local area. It's like having a great display window, but keeping your best stuff hidden in the stockroom.
Okay, so strategic placement is absolutely critical. Got it. But how easy is it for hotels to actually do this? What does FreeGuides provide to make it, less of a hassle?
Yeah, good question. Because tech is only great if it's easy to roll out, right?
Exactly.
So FreeGuides gives hotels actual, tangible stuff. They design and print custom QR stickers for free.
Oh, for free.
Yep. And they're sized right for places like light switches or bedside tables. Plus, they do these little business card inserts that fit perfectly into key sleeves. Again, making it dead simple for the front desk at check-in.
That sounds like it removes a lot of the friction for the hotel team.
Totally. And for those other areas, like the lobby or near the concierge, they've got ready-made posters, even pull-up banners, all featuring the hotel's unique QR code.
And if a hotel wants to put its own spin on the design.
They've got that covered too. They provide editable templates in Canva, so hotels can tweak the look and feel to match their brand without needing, a graphic designer on staff.
So they can personalize it without a massive project.
Precisely. And the speed is impressive. Once a hotel gets these physical materials, they can often be up and running, engaging guests in less than a day.
Less than a day, just sticking things up.
Pretty much. It's not some complex IT integration project. It's very straightforward.
Okay, physical stuff is one piece.
Right.
But hotels already talk to guests digitally, right? Emails, booking confirmations. How can they use those channels?
Oh, digital is a fantastic way to boost things further. Get guests engaged even before they walk through the door.
Right, pre-arrival.
Exactly. Confirmation emails, pre-arrival messages, perfect places to include the hotel's FreeGuides QR code or link. It gives guests a little preview of all the useful stuff waiting for them.
Gets them thinking about their stay, planning a bit.
Yeah, builds that anticipation. And if a hotel uses another digital compendium platform, embedding the FreeGuides link or QR code there makes it feel seamless. Oh, and the Wi-Fi landing page.
Ah, everyone hits that page.
Everyone connects to Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah.
So putting the QR code there is a really smart, high-visibility move.
What about more direct messages, like SMS or WhatsApp? Some motels use those now.
Yep, those are great too. For a quick reminder on check-in day, maybe, or a follow-up message just to make sure the guest knows where to find everything. You can even pop the link in post-stay emails or loyalty program communications. Keep it top of mind.
It really does feel like email especially is often a missed opportunity for hotels to be more proactive, doesn't it?
It often is, yeah. It's in the booking basics. But there's so much potential to highlight the value beyond just the room. That early exposure really helps guests arrive more prepared and, honestly, probably more excited.
Okay, so we've got placement sorted, physical materials, digital promotion. But what about the people? The front office team, they're the face of the hotel. How do they fit in?
They are absolutely crucial. The key is making it easy and natural for them. FreeGuides actually provides simple script examples.
Oh, okay.
Like for the front desk, it could just be, welcome. Oh, and here's a quick QR code. It has all the hotel info and some great local tips for you. Simple, helpful.
Nice and easy. And for the concierge, who gets all their recommendation questions?
Similar idea. FreeGuides gives them talking points to highlight the curated local spots, the self-guided tours, how easy it is to find things or even book activities right from their phone using the QR code.
And training. Is it another complex system for them to learn?
No, that's the thing. The training is designed to be quick and easy, so everyone feels comfortable explaining the benefits without it feeling like a chore.
So it's not just adding another task to their plate.
Quite the opposite, actually. By pointing guests to the QR code up front, the team ends up fielding fewer repetitive questions. What's the Wi-Fi password? When's breakfast? Where's a good Italian place?
Ah, freeing them up.
Exactly. The analytics are showing hotels saving like upwards of 80 minutes of staff time per week, per property.
Wow, over an hour a week back, that time can go towards, more meaningful guest interactions.
Precisely. And we're hearing from front office managers that they're seeing a real drop in team stress levels and just better overall efficiency. Staff can focus on the more complex guest needs, providing that higher level of service.
This all sounds great, very logical. But you know me, I always want to see the proof. Is there a concrete example, a hotel that's really put this into practice and seen results?
Absolutely. Let's talk about the Novotel Darling Harbor. They're a really good case study because they started off with pretty limited QR code visibility.
How so?
Mainly just at the reception desk.
Ah, sounding familiar. The common mistake we talked about earlier.
Exactly that. And, well, as you'd probably predict, their guest engagement with the platform was okay, but not amazing.
Right.
But then they shifted strategy. They added QR code stickers inside the guest rooms.
Right.
And they saw a massive 940% increase in guest engagement.
Whoa, 940% just from adding room stickers.
Just from that primary change. It was a total game changer for them.
That's incredible. That's not just tweaking, that's transforming how guests interact.
It really is. And they didn't just stop there. Now they use a multi-pronged approach. QR codes on the TV screens, the in-room stickers are still key, and they have flyers at the concierge desk. It's about hitting those relevant touch points consistently.
So the data from Novotel really backs up the idea. More physical, easily accessible touch points equals way more guest interaction.
Crystal clear.
Huh.
The link is undeniable.
And just to be absolutely clear, what was the single biggest action that drove that huge ROI for Novotel?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Adding those simple QR stickers inside the guest rooms, it was a low-effort change with a disproportionately huge impact.
So the lesson for any hotel listening is pretty straightforward then. Learn from Novotel. Prioritize getting those QR codes into the rooms.
Absolutely. Don't just leave them at the front desk. Follow the data. It works.
Okay, so wrapping this up then. It feels like FreeGuides isn't just another tech platform making big promises. It's practical, seems genuinely easy to implement, and it demonstrably improves that guest experience. And the Novotel example shows that this actually leads to real benefits, happier guests, which hopefully means more loyalty, maybe even more bookings down the line. It's results, not just hype.
That's the core message, really. It gets past the theoretical advantages of tech and delivers measurable improvements that directly help the hotel succeed. It's tangible.
So for a hotel listening now, maybe thinking, okay, this sounds interesting, maybe this could work for us. What's the simplest, most direct next step they could take?
The easiest thing is just to book a quick call. They can see for themselves how fast they could get this up and running with FreeGuides and start seeing these kinds of benefits.
Okay, and how do they do that?
They could just go to calendly.com/freeguides Daniel. That's calendly.com/freeguides/Daniel. A really straightforward way to chat about how it would fit their specific property and guests.
Fantastic. Easy enough. And as you, our listener, consider that, maybe just think for a moment right now,
Right.
what are those small, maybe surprisingly easy steps your own property could take starting today to really elevate that guest experience and unlock potential that might just be sitting there untapped? Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.